Katie Monroe was smart, cautious, and always told someone where she was going. Darren Cole was polite, punctual, and had a spotless record as a rideshare driver. On the night their paths crossed, one of them disappeared. The other walked away without a scratch. What seemed like a routine ride home turned into a chilling mystery that would unravel a hidden pattern of darkness years in the making. This is the story of the last ride home. On a chilly October night in 2016, 22-year-old Katie Monroe left a friend's birthday party in the quiet town of Eldridge, Missouri. She called a rideshare service just before midnight. It was a routine she had followed many times before. But this time, Katie never made it home. Her last known location was a suburban cul-de-sac about 6 miles from her apartment. The rideshare app showed the trip ended there. No more messages. No calls. Just silence. By morning, Katie's mother, worried she hadn't returned, reported her missing. Police found no signs of a struggle at the drop-off point. Katie's phone was turned off minutes after she left the party, and security cameras in the area had mysteriously stopped working around the same time. The rideshare company confirmed her driver that night was a man named Darren Cole, a 38-year-old with no prior criminal record and over 800 five-star reviews. He claimed Katie got out of the car at her requested location and walked away alone. There was nothing more he could say. But inconsistencies in his story started to surface. Darren told police he dropped Katie off at 11:52 p.m. But GPS data showed his car remained idle in the cul-de-sac for another 27 minutes. When investigators asked why, he said he was checking emails. Katie's friends described her as responsible and careful. She never wandered alone and never switched her phone off. Her disappearance didn't feel like an accident. 4 days later, hikers found a woman's scarf near a creek 3 miles from the drop-off point. It matched the one Katie was wearing that night. Nearby, investigators discovered fresh tire tracks and a half-buried shoelace. DNA testing confirmed it belonged to Katie. Still, there was no body, no direct evidence linking Darren to a crime. The case grew colder as weeks passed until a surprise break came from an unlikely source. An anonymous email was sent to local police with a subject line. He'd done this before. The message contained details about a missing woman named Rachel Teller, who vanished in 2012 under nearly identical circumstances. Her last rideshare driver, Darren Cole. At the time, police hadn't connected the two. Rachel's case had faded from headlines. Remains were never found, and the investigation had stalled. But this new tip reopened the case. Detectives dug into Darren's background and discovered that between 2011 and 2017, 5 women had disappeared in the same 3-county area. Each case followed the same pattern. Late-night rideshare trips, the same radius, and no survivors. Darren denied everything. Without concrete proof, they couldn't arrest him.
Ow!
But investigators got a warrant to search his home. What they found would change everything. In a crawl space beneath the garage floor, they unearthed a hidden compartment. Inside was a box of personal items, lipsticks, bracelets, a torn photograph of Rachel Teller, and Katie Monroe's missing phone. Digital forensics revealed chilling evidence. Phone had been factory reset, but remnants of deleted images showed blurred. Disturbing snapshots taken the night Katie vanished. They were time-stamped after her supposed drop-off. Darren was arrested and charged with multiple counts of kidnapping and homicide. At trial, prosecutors called him a predator who used his job to find victims. The defense argued the evidence was circumstantial, but the jury didn't agree. Darren Cole was found guilty and sentenced to life without parole. But the story didn't end there. A year after the trial, a construction crew digging near the same creek discovered human remains. Dental records confirmed they belonged to Rachel Teller. Katie's body, however, was never found. She remains officially listed as a missing person. But for her family and for the jurors who sat through every moment of the trial, the truth is clear. Katie's last ride home wasn't just her final journey. It was the key that unlocked a hidden trail of terror, one that might have stayed buried forever.